The USFDA has given comments to ET Now on Glenmark 483. Darshan joins in to speak about that. Darshan, what is the news and how will it impact Glenmark?
See, Neeraj, what had happened was a few weeks earlier, there was this news that probably the Indore SEZ of Glenmark Pharma has gotten a 483. We contacted the company, but they denied it. So what has happened is that we wrote to the USFDA and we have the official comment. If you can see it right here, this is the form 483 of the USFDA. So they have confirmed to us that a form 483 was given to Glenmark Generics Indore plant. The inspection happened between the 21st and the 25th of October, in which, but they have given details of what they had found. So for the purpose, they felt that disclosure for certain drugs was not appropriate. So what they have said is that they cannot disclose the drugs that were actually mentioned in the 483. What the main observation here is that, some control procedures were not followed by Glenmark Generics in manufacturing certain drugs. What they are saying is in some of the batches, that in some of the drugs, they had incorporated extra API into the drugs because that was not, when they were asked, the company could not justify why this extra API was put into these drugs. Apart from it, what they're saying is that, scientifically justified process parameters were not done for certain batches. Studies were not done for documented regions for these, for some of these drugs. What they've also said that they did not actually go ahead and measure efficiency of the drug processes in theory when it was done, and post the API being added into the drugs, this was not done. So clearly the process is something that they have questioned at this point of time. We contacted Glenmark Pharma for their comments. They have not responded yet to our emails, and currently, if you're looking at it, this plant is a relatively new plant. No drugs are exported to the US markets for them, but they do need some kind of approvals to go ahead. And a 483, usually a lot of companies get the 483, but here the negative news is that, an observation in the process of the company has been done. So clearly this is the news that we are getting you, that the USFDA has responded to the queries that were sent by ET Now, and we are putting them out for you.
The stock is reacting as well. So Darshan, just in a nutshell, very, very quickly, no immediate impact because the plant is a new plant, but the process could well extend to the other plants of Glenmark as well. They could probably go out and inspect other plants as well.
See, I'm not sure about that. See, that was the case that happened in Wwatch when, when the Wwatch facility was being inspected. Then they went ahead after the Chikalthana plant. So a 483 does not generally mean that, so the first process is when the USFDA person comes to you, they issue you a 483. That means there's something that they want to inspect. And after that, they give an observation. So if it is nothing, they give you a clean sheet. But here, in this case, an observation has been put in certain issues that they find. Now, Glenmark can go ahead and rectify this, and the USFDA will give a clean sheet, or the next could be a warning letter on an import alert for these plants. So if a warning letter comes in, they will have to go ahead and rectify these errors, and if import alert comes in, they cannot actually go ahead and sell anything from this plant. So clearly we still need to know, because this was done as early as October this year, the last week of October. So we need to know whether the USFDA has given a clean sheet to Glenmark or no, and the company has not yet responded with what has happened clearly. But this is just the contents of the 483 that we are putting ahead in front of you.